Somewhere above you, beyond the roof, beyond the clouds, beyond the soft blue edge of Earth's atmosphere, life is already floating in space. Not alien life, not a distant signal from another star, but human life, breathing quietly inside a spacecraft, sleeping in orbit, drifting through rooms where there is no true up or down, watching Earth turn beneath them in silence. And in a way, that simple fact is more beautiful than anything imagined. Because space is not only an empty distance between worlds, it is also a place where life, carefully protected, can continue. It can breathe, it can sleep, it can grow, it can adapt. Tonight, we are going to drift gently through the quiet science of life in space. We will begin close to home, with astronauts living above the Earth, plants growing in orbit, and tiny organisms teaching scientists how life responds when gravity becomes almost weightless. Then, slowly, we will travel farther outward, to icy moons with hidden oceans, to distant planets circling other stars, to the soft possibility that somewhere in a place we have never touched, life may have begun in a completely different way. Scientists have not confirmed life beyond Earth. That is important to say clearly. No alien ecosystem has been found. No distant planet has yet given us proof of biology. No signal has been confirmed as coming from another civilization. But the search itself is one of the calmest and most profound journeys in science. Because when we ask whether life exists in space, we are also asking what life really is. A pattern of chemistry, a way of using energy, a fragile arrangement of atoms that somehow learned to continue. So let the day become quiet now. Let the noise of the world soften, and imagine Earth below you, turning slowly in the darkness. A blue planet wrapped in a thin layer of air, carrying every living thing we have ever known. For now, Earth is the only world where life has been confirmed. But it may not be the only world where life is possible. And that is where the mystery begins. Light space may sound like a distant dream, but in one sense, it is already part of everyday human experience. High above the planet, astronauts have lived and worked inside orbital stations for months at a time. They wake, eat, exercise, conduct experiments, speak with people on Earth, and sleep while traveling around the planet at tremendous speed. Yet inside the station, the feeling is strangely calm. A person can push gently from one wall and glide across the room. A drop of water does not fall. It becomes a floating sphere, shimmering in the air like a tiny glass planet. A pencil does not roll off a table. It hovers. A sleeping bag does not need a mattress. It can be attached to a wall, because in microgravity, a wall can become a floor, and a ceiling can become just another direction. This is one of the most peaceful facts about life in space. The body still needs rest. Even above the Earth, far from the ordinary rhythm of morning and night, human beings still sleep. They close their eyes while the planet turns beneath them. They dream while oceans, deserts, cities, clouds, and storms pass below in silence. In low Earth orbit, astronauts may see many sunrises and sunsets in a single day. Light arrives, then darkness, then light again, far faster than the natural rhythm our bodies evolved with on Earth. So life in space depends on routine, careful schedules, soft lighting, exercise, meals, sleep cycles, small habits that help the body remember what it means to live. Space may seem vast and unfamiliar, but the needs of life remain simple. Air, water, food, warmth, protection, rest, connection. And in that way, every spacecraft becomes a tiny island of Earth, a small, protected pocket of life moving through the dark. But humans are not the only living things that have traveled beyond the planet. Plants have grown in space, seeds have flown in orbit. Microbes have survived inside spacecraft environments. Experiments have studied how cells behave when gravity no longer pulls them in the familiar way. These small forms of life may not look dramatic, but they are deeply important, because if humans ever for long periods on the Moon, Mars, or beyond, we will need more than machines. We will need biology. We will need plants that can grow in controlled environments. We will need systems that recycle water and air. We will need to understand how living things respond to radiation, isolation, closed habitats, and low gravity. A future space home would not simply be built from metal and glass. It would be built from balance. A careful balance of air, water, light, temperature, chemistry, and human care. A garden in space may become as important as an engine. A leaf unfolding in orbit may be as meaningful as a rocket launch. Because wherever life goes, it carries its needs with it, and those needs connect us back to Earth, to soil, to sunlight, to rain, to the long history of living systems that made our bodies possible. The more scientists study life in space, the more they understand how deeply Earth-shaped we are. Our bones, muscles, hearts, eyes, and inner ears all developed under gravity. On Earth, gravity is so constant that we almost never think about it. It holds the oceans against the planet. It pulls rain downward. It gives weight to our steps. It tells roots to grow one way and stems to grow another. But in orbit, gravity feels different. The body begins to adjust. Muscles work less against weight. Bones experience less loading. Fluids shift upward. The sense of balance changes. The body is still alive, still capable, still adaptable, but it is learning a new environment. This is not something to fear. It is something to understand. Life is flexible, but not limitless. It can adjust, but it also carries the memory of where it came from. Every astronaut is a reminder that life in space is possible only through knowledge, planning, and care. And that may be one of the most relaxing truths in all of space science. Life does not conquer space by force. It enters gently, with protection, with systems, with patience, with careful attention to the smallest details. A filter, a water line, a sleeping schedule, a plant chamber, a handhold on a wall, a quiet routine repeated day after day above the world. From there, the question grows larger. If life from Earth can survive in space with help, could life have begun somewhere else without us? Could another world have its own biology? Could life exist beneath ice, inside rock, under alien oceans, or in the atmosphere of a distant planet? To begin answering that question, scientists first look back at Earth. Earth is our only confirmed example of a living world. Every tree, whale, mushroom, insect, microbe, and person belongs to the same great biological story. All known life on Earth shares deep chemical connections. It uses cells, it uses complex molecules, it stores information, it takes in energy, it changes over generations. And life on Earth did not begin as forests or animals. For most of our planet's history, life was microscopic, quiet, oceanic, hidden. The earliest chapters of biology were not written in footsteps, birdsong, or flowers. They were written in chemistry, in ancient water, in minerals, in energy moving through the environment. Scientists are still studying exactly how life began. There are strong ideas, models, and experiments, but no final complete answer. This unknown is not a failure. It is part of the wonder. Somewhere in Earth's deep past, non-living chemistry became living chemistry. Atoms arranged themselves into systems that could maintain, copy, and evolve. And once evolution began, life slowly changed the planet that gave birth to it. Microbes altered the atmosphere. Plants later filled the air with more oxygen. Animals moved through oceans and across land. Eventually, life became aware enough to look back at the universe and ask where else this might have happened. That question guides astrobiology, the study of life in the universe. And astrobiology begins with a simple idea. Life, as we know it, needs certain things. It needs chemistry. It needs energy. It often needs liquid water. It needs an environment stable enough for complex processes to continue. But beyond that, there is still much we do not know. Life elsewhere may be similar to Earth life in some deep ways, or it may be very different. Scientists must be careful not to imagine too narrowly. For a long time, people looked for worlds like Earth, a planet with oceans, clouds, continents, sunlight, a mild climate. And that still makes sense. A world like Earth would be an obvious place to look. But the universe has taught us to widen our imagination. Some of the most interesting places for possible life in our solar system may not look like Earth from the outside at all. They may be icy, dim, far from the sun, quiet on the surface, and yet, beneath their frozen shells, they may hold liquid oceans. Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, is one of these worlds. From far away, Europa looks bright and smooth, covered in ice and crossed by long lines like cracks in porcelain. It is far colder than Earth. Its surface is not a welcoming place for familiar life. But beneath the ice, scientists believe there may be a deep global ocean. If that ocean exists, it may be kept liquid by tidal heating. Jupiter's gravity gently pulls and flexes Europa as it moves through orbit. That flexing can create internal heat, enough to help maintain liquid water beneath the surface. And where there is water, chemistry, and energy, scientists become interested, not certain, interested. Because those are some of the ingredients that make life possible on Earth. Then there is Enceladus, a small icy moon of Saturn. Enceladus is pale and bright, almost like a snow-covered world floating in the darkness. But near its south pole, jets of material rise from cracks in the ice and spray into space. These plumes contain water vapor and other compounds from beneath the surface. This is remarkable. It means that a hidden ocean may be sending samples of itself into space. A spacecraft does not necessarily need to land and drill through miles of ice. It may be able to fly through the plume and study the material directly. Imagine that for a moment. A quiet moon, far from Earth, releasing delicate streams from an ocean no human eye has ever seen. A whisper from beneath the ice, not proof of life, but a doorway to a deeper question. Could chemistry there be active? Could energy be available? Could simple life exist in such a hidden sea? The answer is still unknown. And the unknown in this case is peaceful. It does not need dramatic language. It does not need certainty. It is enough to know that nature has made places more subtle and more interesting than we once imagined. Another world that expands our thinking is Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Titan has a thick atmosphere. It has clouds. It has weather. It has rivers, lakes, and seas, but they are not made of liquid water. On Titan's surface, it is so cold that methane and ethane can flow like liquid. They can gather in lakes. They can fall as rain. They can shape the landscape in ways that feel strangely familiar, even though the chemistry is very different. Titan reminds us that worlds can be active in more than one way. A planet or moon does not need to copy Earth in order to be scientifically rich. It can have its own cycles, its own atmosphere, its own slow weather, its own kind of beauty. Scientists do not know whether Titan has life. Its surface is very different from environments where Earth life thrives. But Titan remains fascinating because it shows that organic chemistry can become complex in distant, cold places. And when scientists look for life in space, they are often looking not for life itself at first, but for environments where chemistry mystery has had time to become interesting. Far beyond our solar system, the search becomes even wider. The stars we see at night are not just lights. Many of them have planets. Thousands of exoplanets have been discovered around other stars. Some are gas giants larger than Jupiter. Some are rocky worlds. Some orbit extremely close to their stars. Some move in cold, distant paths. Some may be near the region where liquid water could exist on a planet's surface, if the atmosphere and conditions are right. This region is often called the habitable zone, but the name can be misunderstood. A planet in the habitable zone is not automatically alive. It may not even be comfortable. It may have no atmosphere. It may have too much atmosphere. It may be dry. It may be unstable. It may have conditions very different from Earth. The habitable zone is not a promise. It is only a place to begin looking. Still, the discovery of so many planets has changed the feeling of the night sky. For most of human history, planets around other stars were only imagined. Now they are measured. Scientists find them by watching how they affect starlight. Some planets pass in front of their stars from our point of view, causing a tiny dip in brightness. Others reveal themselves through the gravitational pull they exert on their stars. From these small clues, scientists can estimate size, orbit, sometimes mass, and in certain cases, hints about atmosphere. A planet may be many light years away, too distant to visit, too small to see clearly, and yet its presence can still be known. That is one of the quiet miracles of modern astronomy. We cannot touch these worlds, but we can notice how they change the light. And light is a messenger. It crosses space for years, decades, centuries or longer, carrying information. When starlight passes through a planet's atmosphere, some wavelengths are absorbed by molecules in the air. By studying that pattern, scientists may learn what gases are present. Water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, oxygen, other molecules. But interpreting these gases is delicate. No single molecule is always a simple sign of life. Oxygen on Earth is strongly linked with biology, but under some conditions, oxygen can also be produced without life. Methane can come from living organisms, but it can also come from geological processes. So scientists look for context. They look for combinations. They ask whether the chemistry seems balanced by geology alone, or whether something may be actively renewing certain gases. A living world might reveal itself through imbalance, through atmosphere that does not settle into simple chemical stillness, through a pattern that suggests ongoing processes at the surface or in the oceans. Not a message, not a voice, not a greeting from the stars, just chemistry, a faint signature in the light. And perhaps that is the most realistic and relaxing way to imagine the first discovery of life beyond Earth. It may not arrive as a dramatic announcement from the sky. It may arrive as careful data, a graph, a spectrum, a repeated observation, a cautious paper, years of confirmation, scientists checking every possible explanation. And slowly, patiently, the possibility becomes stronger. That kind of discovery would not make the universe smaller. It would make it deeper. Because even simple life beyond Earth would mean that biology is not limited to one world. It would mean that under the right conditions, the universe can produce living systems more than once. But we are not there yet. For now, the search continues, carefully, patiently, with telescopes, spacecraft, laboratories, and quiet human curiosity. And this brings us to another gentle fact about life in space. If life exists elsewhere, it may not be advanced, it may not be technological, it may not be visible from far away, it may not build cities, send signals, or look at the stars. It may be microbial, oceanic, slow, hidden beneath ice, protected inside rock, floating in a layer of atmosphere, living in ways that do not resemble animals or plants. On Earth, simple life appeared long before complex life. billions of years, our planet was alive mostly with microbes. Complex animals came much later. Intelligence, technology, radio, spacecraft. These are very recent in Earth's story. So if there are other living worlds, many of them might be quiet. Not empty, just quiet. Worlds where life exists as chemistries, cells, or something cell-like. Worlds where life has no eyes, no voices, no machines. Worlds where biology is present, but silent. There is something deeply calming about that idea. A galaxy that may not be filled with noise, but with hidden patience. With small living systems beneath oceans and ice. With life that does not announce itself, but simply continues. Still, it is also possible that life is rare. Maybe Earth required an unusual chain of events. Maybe the origin of life is difficult. Maybe complex life is even more difficult. Maybe civilizations, if they arise, are separated by such vast distances and times that they rarely overlap. The universe is old, but it is also enormous. A signal may travel for thousands of years and to still reach only a small portion of the galaxy. A civilization may listen at one time, while another sends at another. Planets may be alive but silent. Moons may hide oceans under ice. Microbes do not build antennas, and so the question of why we have not found life yet has many possible answers. It may be rare, it may be hidden, it may be distant, it may be simple. Or perhaps we are still at the beginning of learning how to look. That last possibility is worth holding gently. Only recently have humans begun to discover planets around other stars in large numbers. Only recently have our instruments become sensitive enough to study some distant atmospheres. Only recently have we begun sending spacecraft to examine the outer solar system in detail. We are still new at this. A young species, on a small world, learning to read the dark, and all around us, the universe waits without hurry. Stars form slowly, planets cool slowly, oceans may gather slowly, chemistry may change slowly. Life, if it appears, may begin almost invisibly, a boundary, a molecule, a pattern, a way of holding energy for one moment longer, then another, then another. Over time, such small beginnings can transform a world. That is what happened here. Earth was not always the blue living planet we know. It changed. Life changed it. The atmosphere changed. The oceans changed. The surface changed. The planet and its life became connected in a long conversation lasting billions of years. And now one part of that life, human beings, has learned to send machines outward, to orbit Earth, to land on other worlds, to photograph moons and planets, to measure the chemistry of distant atmospheres, to wonder whether the universe has made other living places. This is not separate from nature. It is nature becoming curious. It is Earth looking outward through us. Every telescope is part of that curiosity. Every spacecraft is a small extension of a living planet. Every astronaut in orbit is a reminder that life has already left the surface, gently and carefully, carrying Earth within it. And perhaps this is the thought to rest with tonight. Life in space is not only about what may be out there, it is also about what is already here. The living world beneath you, the air moving in and out of your lungs, the ancient chemistry inside every cell, the sunlight stored in plants, the oceans that shaped life's beginnings, the gravity that held everything close, the atmosphere that softens the sunlight and turns the sky blue. Earth is not ordinary. It is familiar, but not ordinary. It is the only known living world, a small blue place in a vast and silent universe. And whether life beyond Earth is common or rare, that fact becomes more meaningful, not less. If life is common, then Earth is part of a larger cosmic pattern. If life is rare, then Earth is even more precious than we imagined. Either way, the search gives us perspective. It teaches us to look at our own planet with more tenderness, to see oceans not just as water, but as ancient cradles of chemistry, to see forests not just as landscapes, but as living sunlight, to see the night sky not as emptiness, but as possibility, not a promise, not a certainty, a possibility. And sometimes, possibility is enough. So as you drift towards sleep, imagine the quiet forms life might take across the universe. An astronaut resting in orbit while Earth glows below. A plant leaf unfolding under soft artificial light. A microbe surviving in a hidden corner of a spacecraft. An icy moon holding a dark ocean beneath its frozen shell. A distant planet crossing in front of its star. A faint atmosphere bending light across space. And somewhere, perhaps, a world where chemistry has learned to remember. No one knows yet how many living worlds exist. No one knows whether the nearest life beyond Earth is close, far, simple, strange, or absent. But the question remains, calm, open, beautiful. And for now we are here, on a living planet, under a quiet sky, turning slowly with the Earth, breathing the air of a world that has carried life for billions of years. Above us, space stretches in every direction, dark, silent, immense, but not empty of meaning. Because from this one small world, life has begun to wander. And that wonder travels farther than any spacecraft. It moves through telescopes, through questions, through patient science, through the soft human desire to understand where we are. So let the universe feel wide tonight. Let the stars become gentle. Let the unknown remain peaceful. And let the thought of life in space become something quiet and comforting. A reminder that even in the deepest darkness, there can be warmth, there can be chemistry, there can be worlds, there can be questions, and here, at least once, there is life. Fragile, patient, beautiful, floating on a blue planet beneath the stars Dov V.